Wakanda Forever is great and all, but what does that mean if we don't see T'Challa back in the MCU? Some fans have been wondering what's going on with Chadwick Boseman and whether or not he'll be returning for Black Panther 2. We'll talk about how COVID-19 has affected the film, as well as possibly Chadwick himself.
We don't do that here.
Chadwick Boseman got in great shape for the first Black Panther movie, but recently his appearance has caused some fans to wonder if he's okay. While Hollywood has been put on pause, Boseman has been keeping busy by helping out where he can. He's been part of the Operation 42 initiative, which helps hospitals serving African American communities during the pandemic. This project honors the legendary baseball player Jackie Robinson, who Chadwick portrayed in the biopic 42. He posted a video on social media talking about a donation of $4.2 million worth of personal protective equipment, or PPE, to hospitals in need. But instead of focusing on his message, many fans were distracted by Boseman's appearance. They noticed that he seems to have lost a ton of weight, which sparked concerns about his health. Boseman hasn't commented on the situation, which has left fans wondering if his dramatic weight loss is due to an upcoming movie role. We know he's set to reprise his role as T'Challa in Black Panther 2, but that won't hit theaters until May 6th, 2022. He'll also be appearing in Yasuke, Da 5 Bloods, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and many fans think one of those is the reason for his abrupt aesthetic change. Da 5 Bloods is Spike Lee's latest project and tells the tale of 4 African-American Vietnam veterans who returned to Vietnam to find the remains of their fallen leader and some buried treasure. It's possible that this weight loss was intentional and due to his role in this film. Although we're used to seeing an ultra-muscular Chadwick Boseman, let's not forget that he kicked his exercise routine into high gear for his time in the MCU. Marvel filmed Avengers Infinity War and Endgame back-to-back, and this began shortly after Boseman finished work on Black Panther. He already had a background in martial arts, but added an additional 4 hours of workouts per day to get ready to portray T'Challa. Clearly, Boseman is no stranger to dramatic physical changes, which makes it all the more likely that his weight loss will play a part in an upcoming film. While Boseman has quite a few upcoming films, one source claims he may not actually be returning to the big screen for Black Panther 2. According to a report from 4chan, Boseman isn't happy about the salary Disney promised him to reprise his role as T'Challa. Allegedly, Boseman's asking for more money, and Disney is not prepared to pay up. We've seen this situation play out in the MCU before, when Terrence Howard requested a raise to play Rhodey, and we all know how that ended, with Don Cheadle in the role instead. Boseman has been interested in acting for a long time and was accepted into the summer theater program at Oxford University, but the downside was that he couldn't afford to take part in the program. Thankfully, he got some financial assistance from a surprising source, Denzel Washington. One of Boseman's teachers was the Cosby Show actress Felicia Rashad, who reached out to her celebrity friends to see if anyone could help support this talented young actor. Obviously, it's been quite some time since Boseman was struggling for funds. Although he could be seeking a pay raise, let's all keep in mind, because we know you were thinking it before, that 4chan is hardly the most reliable source. However, some Marvel fans already have an idea of how we could have Black Panther 2 without the Black Panther. There's no shortage of awesome comic book characters we're excited to see brought to the big screen, and one of them is Namor the Submariner. Tons of fans want to see him join the MCU, and based on all of the Easter eggs we've seen so far, this might not just be wishful thinking. They've been teasing Namor's introduction into the MCU for a long time, and his character has a very, let's say, contentious relationship with Wakanda in the comic books. All the way back in Iron Man 2, we saw the company Oracle at the Stark Expo. In the comics, Oracle is a company owned by Namor, which uses sunken treasure to fund ocean conservation. There's also a scene in the same film which shows Tony Stark meeting up with Nick Fury. They're surrounded by holographic screens showing important aspects of the MCU. There's the SHIELD logo, a news broadcast of Hulk's Culver University rampage, a crater made by Mjolnir during Thor, and the fourth, which shows a map with some important areas highlighted. One of them seems to be located off the east coast of Brazil, and many fans believe it could be the location of Namor's home of Atlantis. More recently, many fans believe they found an Easter egg during Avengers Endgame. When Okoye gives Natasha Romanoff a rundown on the state of Wakanda, she talks about an underwater earthquake which took place off the coast. Although she didn't seem worried about it, many fans suspect this was a major hint that we may be seeing Namor as soon as Black Panther 2. Some fans believe that not only will Namor join the MCU, but he will replace T'Challa as the focal point of Black Panther 2. If Boseman and Disney can't make the numbers work and he walks away from the project, they could have Namor step up to take his place. They've certainly built up his appearance enough that this definitely sounds like one of the more plausible MCU theories. It's also possible that if Boseman doesn't return, his sister Shuri could step up as the new Black Panther. In the comics, she enjoyed a stint as the Black Panther, and the MCU version of Shuri has no shortage of fans who would love to see her take the throne. There have been rumors about Boseman being unhappy with his Disney paychecks for a while, but his character isn't the most replaceable no matter how excited we may be to get Namor on the big screen. It's possible these rumors are just that, and that Boseman will have plenty of time to bulk up again before he starts working on Black Panther 2.
This never gets old.